Hey everybody, Adam here with Hometown Acres. Welcome back. So firewood sales are up and our inventory is down. It's amazing how that happens when you don't make any firewood. We've been so busy with other projects. You know, we built the pond last fall. This spring we've been working on the garage and we just haven't had a lot of time to dedicate towards firewood. We've made some here and there, but nowhere enough to keep up with the demand for our roadside stands this summer, and especially this fall coming up with all of the dump trailer deliveries that we make for people who heat with wood. Anyway, that's gonna all change today. We've got the full setup down here. We've got the excavator down here to load logs onto our makeshift live deck. We've got our Japa 365 basic to go ahead and process logs. I'm gonna see if we can't make a cord or two of firewood here real quick today. I got neighbor Doug here giving me a hand today, but before we start making some firewood, I made you guys a promise in the last video that I was gonna see if my tractor would lift this processor with the 3-point arms. I know that it would not lift it with the front end loader off of a flatbed 3 or 4 feet up off the ground, but I'm hoping that I'll be able to at least get it 6 inches up off the ground, so if I need to move it, I can. Otherwise, if I can't, my options are call neighbor Doug again, rent a machine, or buy a bigger tractor. So let's see if we can avoid all 3 of those. One other thing I forgot to mention that I would like to see improved on these PTO powered firewood processors, it would be nice if they made them quick hitch compatible. The spacing between the connections there and my 3-point quick hitch arms is not the same spacing, so anytime I want to use this or try to pick it up, I do have to take it off and hook it up manually. Now, it did also come with category 2 hitch pins, so I had to go out and buy category 1 pins because my tractor is a category 1. So we got to swap those out and then we'll get it hooked up. All right, so we got the 3-point hitch hooked up. We folded up the conveyor. Moment of truth. She doesn't have it, not enough juice. So I guess we're back to our original plan with our 3 options. We either need to rent a bigger piece of equipment, we need to buy a bigger piece of equipment, or we just leave it parked here, which was the original plan because I already have it situated where I need to, right next to the log pile. I don't see a need to move it, but you know, it would be nice to have the option because you can't predict everything. So there may be a need in the future where we need to move this, but for right now, I'm content just to leave it sit here, and the tractor has enough power to power the unit, I just can't move it. right, guys, so we have made a pile of firewood here in a hurry. This is at least a full cord. I'm thinking closer to a cord and a half. One full cord would be even with the bed rails, and you can see we've got a heaping load here well above the bed rails. I would not feel safe driving down the road with this in the dump trailer as it is, because the wind would inevitably blow something out. But as you can see, I've got a couple of baskets set up here. I'm gonna hand stack right out of the dump trailer. That way I'm not bending over and picking up firewood up off the ground. I'll probably have one basket for kindling, one basket for wood that's gonna need resplit with the Eastimate axis, and then 2 baskets of firewood that came off the conveyor, finished, perfect size, ready to go. Now you might be asking yourself, how come you're not just putting the baskets directly underneath the conveyor? And I've got a good reason for that. Here's what the baskets look like when you take the time to hand stack them. I know exactly how much firewood that is. When I loose stack it, this is what it looks like. It just looks a lot worse, and I really don't know if that's 1/3 of a cord, more than 1/3 of a cord, or less than 1/3 of a cord. So it helps me for measurement, but it also helps me for appearance too. If I were to throw a basket in the back of the dump trailer and take it to a customer for delivery, it just looks like a more professional product when I pull in the driveway. But yeah, back to the Japa 365. We absolutely tore through this pile of logs we had sitting here. We've got a couple small little slabs and stuff left over here, a couple logs left on the makeshift live deck, but for the most part, I mean, this pile that was sitting right here was just as tall as that one, and we tore through it in less than a couple hours. I think partly because the Japa 365 is so fast, but also because we put a lot of thought into how we set this up, with the excavator sitting there, loading logs over to the live deck, keeping small quantities on the live deck so we can manhandle the logs over to the log lift and then running them through into the dump trailer. It all just worked pretty seamless, and everything works well together. So I'm glad we took the time to think this through, and it's really showing now in our final setup. I think probably my favorite thing about this Japa 365 is easily the conveyor. The fact that it's 14 foot long, it's plenty long enough to get up and into the dump trailer, and the fact that it swings. If I didn't have that function on this conveyor, I would have had to have stopped what I was doing 3 separate times to pull the dump trailer forward or backward so that it was loading logs into an empty cavity within the dump trailer. But being able to swing that around, you know, I loaded here, then I moved to the middle, and then I moved to the back, and the dump trailer is full. I didn't have to hop in the pickup truck or hook up the dump trailer at all the entire time. Another thing you guys may have noticed is, along with the firewood poles that we're running through the firewood processor, we're also running some of our waste products off of the sawmill in the form of these slabs. And I'll tell you what, this thing just absolutely chews through slabwood. And it kind of got me thinking, you know, you can buy slabwood from any sawmill for really cheap. Like I said, it's a waste product off of the sawmill. And I've seen, you know, those big giant bundles that's probably close to a half cord worth of firewood for sale for anywhere from free up to 50 bucks. And, you know, right there, you're talking $100 per cord of cost of material, and then you could turn around and sell that or use it to heat your home with. I mean, in a weekend, you could have enough firewood to heat your home. Now, granted, is slabwood as good as full pole firewood? No, it's not. But considering the cost, I mean, you're looking at probably 800 to 900 bucks for a triaxle load of firewood poles, or probably somewhere in the neighborhood of $300 to $400 for the equivalent same amount of firewood in slabwood. I think it's something that should be considered. Anyways, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and get to stacking this dump trailer so we can do it all over again. If you enjoyed this one, give me a big thumbs up, click that subscribe button, and we'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching.